Most Muslims today fold their hands when they pray, but is that what the Prophet, peace be upon him, actually did? Forget sex for a second. Where did our prayer habits come from? And if we want to follow the Prophet, peace be upon him, whose chain do we trust most? Let's look at history like a detective would, because every group follows someone. Sunni Muslims follow the 4 madhabs. Shia Muslims follow the path of the 12 Imams, especially Imam Ja'far as-Sadiq. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, passed away in 632. Imam Ja'far was born in 702, just 70 years later. Abu Hanafi was born shortly after Ja'far and studied with him for 2 years. Malik ibn Anas also transmitted narrations from Imam Ja'far. Al-Shafi'i and Ahmad ibn Hanbal came later. Imam Ja'far is the earliest major teacher in the Islamic legal tradition. He directly influenced at least 2 Sunni madhab founders. Think of it like this: if the 4 madhab founders were professors, Ja'far was their senior lecturer. None of them wrote any hadith books themselves. Bukhari and Muslim came 200 plus years later. Al-Kafi came even later, around 300 years after the Prophet. So the key question isn't when books were written, it's how the knowledge was preserved before that. Let's compare. Sunni hadith came from thousands of narrators across an empire, many with political ties, memory issues, or bias. Shia hadith came through a tight family chain, from father to son, preserved by direct students of the Imams. Which one is more likely to stay accurate? A public network with power in politics, or a private chain within the Prophet's household? This isn't about sect or identity, it's about probability. From a historical lens, fewer steps equal fewer distortions. The Quran doesn't mention folding hands. It describes prayer positions, but not hand placement during standing. So where does folding actually come from? Early Sunni and Shia sources say Imam Ja'far prayed with his hands at his sides. So did Imam Malik and the early people of Medina. Now compare that to the madhabs: Hanafi below the navel, Shafi'i on the chest, Hanbali upper stomach, Maliki often hands down. No consistency. And these folding reports, they came 200 plus years later. Not mass transmitted, just isolated hadith with differences. Let's think logically. Is folding in the Quran? No. Did the Prophet's family or Imam Ja'far fold? No. Did Malik and early Medinians pray hands down? Yes. Are folding practices consistent? No. Are folding reports mass transmitted? No. The strongest historical evidence supports praying with hands at your side. Not because Ja'far was Shia, not because the Sunni schools are wrong, but because the chain is shorter, clearer, and more reliable. That's the history. What you do with it is between you and your Lord. I'm just sharing what the books and early Muslims show. The conclusion is yours, but the evidence is historical, not sectarian.